Hey everybody, today we are going to talk about idle sets. This is the set that you have equipped when you are just hanging out or your weapon is not drawn. Some jobs may only have one idle set, while some have multiple. For example, Paladin can have multiple idle sets depending on what they're doing. Just like in the other set video, this is not going to tell you what gear to choose, simply stats on equipment that are primarily seen in idle sets. We start off with simple regen and refresh. Just as they sound, they provide X amount of regen or refresh to a player per tick, a tick being every 3 seconds. Some other jobs may also utilize HP plus in case they get aggro while running around. You won't see a lot of MP plus equipment as casters change equipment to do anything with spells, which means the additional MP may be lost upon casting. Another stat you might see in an idle set is Magic Evasion. As mentioned in the equipment breakdown video, Magic Evasion raises the chances of resisting a spell. This means you can take slightly reduced damage due to the resistance. You can also resist an enfeebling magic spell outright. This can be helpful when running from aggro, as they sometimes will cast things like Bind or Sleep. Speaking of resisting spells, you will also see Resistance X plus stats on equipment. While fighting against normal mobs, this is a 1-to-1 conversion rate. While fighting notorious monsters, it is a 2-to-1 conversion rate. For example, if you have the Dagon breastplate with resist slow plus 90, you will have a 90% chance against a normal monster and a 45% chance against a notorious monster. It is currently unknown what resistance in gear caps at, but it is believed to be below 100%. You can combine this stat with Magic Evasion mentioned earlier to raise your chance to still resist those spells. Now you may see equipment with Resist All indicated, but there are some debuffs that are not included in that Resist All trait. For example, you cannot resist Bio, Dia, Death, Lullaby, and Requiem to name a few. There is Resist Death equipment, but again, this isn't included in the Resist All stat. Another stat you might see in some sets is Damage Taken Minus. This stat can be broken down into separate categories like physical, magical, or breath damage taken. Damage Taken Minus works towards all these different Damage Taken Minus categories, while the others are specific to their areas. The categories cap at 50%. This can be from that category or from Damage Taken Minus overall. There is an overall cap of damage taken minus of 87.5% through abilities like Fandex or specific equipment like certain shields and mythic weapons, as these are calculated differently within the damage taken formula to help reach that overall cap. For example, if you are a paladin and you reach the minus 50% within magic damage taken or through damage taken minus, you can still reach the 87.5% with having Aegis level 90 plus equipped. The last stat you may commonly see within idle sets is movement speed. Almost all jobs have at least one equipment that can provide 12% increase to movement speed. If you are a dancer, bard, or corsair, you can increase your movement speed on top of this through job abilities like Chocobo Jig or Bolter's Roll, or through songs like Mazurka. There is an overall cap towards movement speed of 60% from all sources. Depending on what you are doing, movement speed may not be necessary. For example, if you are super tanking on Paladin, you may not want to have those Carmine Legs +1 equipped. I hope this helps you when reviewing your idle sets. Please note, as this does not go into specific jobs, you may want to look into what can benefit your job during idle times. For example, if you are a scholar charging up your sublimation, you may want to have Sublimation Plus equipment on until that is fully charged. I can't wait to see what idle sets you come up with. Until the next video, bye bye!